Well, we'll find out shortly if this is gonna work.
That's what the recipe said. I'm going by the recipe.
Hi friends, welcome to the Shar and Joe Show. So in today's episode, we get to play with bubble wrap.
Yay.
Our daughter's birthday actually is past, but we're gonna be doing the party tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so we are going to try out a viral cake recipe.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about it.
So it's a honeycomb that we are going to be using bubble wrap to decorate it. And I think we can get started.
All right, I guess let's get started. Let's not mess around.
All right, so first we're going to be creaming this butter up because we're gonna make some buttercream frosting. So this butter I've left out just for a little bit so that it is nice and soft.
All right.
You wanna cream it up?
Oh. Cream it up with our hand blender.
And I'm gonna add some vanilla in as well. So I'm gonna slowly add in the sugar, powdered sugar.
Well, we'll find out shortly if this is gonna work.
That's what the recipe said. I'm going by the recipe. And I checked twice because I'm like, 8 cups seems really...
8 cups of sugar?
Yeah, that seemed really excessive. Is it coming together?
No.
Wow. So I just added some milk. So I'm gonna add a pinch of salt.
Salt and frosting?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking I might omit that step, but I kept it anyway. And then some of the yellow food coloring, because we gotta let this cake look like a
Which
yellow honeycomb.
Whoa.
Did I get food coloring on?
Wow.
You said dump it all in, and
Yeah,
then
I
all of
didn't
a
say
sudden,
squirt it all in.
look, I got it all over my hands.
So we got yellow
Yay.
bee color.
Oh, by the way, we're doing a bee-themed party. I don't think you mentioned that.
Our daughter is 1.
It's her bee day.
It's good to be 1.
Yes, it's fun to be one. That's what her sign is gonna say.
To be or not to be, that is the question.
All right, there's a lot of bee puns. With that being said, we're gonna get our cakes out so that we can do the frosting. Are you gonna stare at me? Are you gonna say something?
What do you want to say?
I wanna say, put that down and let's get these cakes moved over. So I made these yesterday because in the video it actually said that she froze her cakes. I don't have room in our freezer to freeze it, so I just put them in the fridge overnight. I don't know if it's gonna change anything, make it not work, I don't know.
Oh boy.
But this is just a regular vanilla box mix cake, and I took some frozen mixed berries that I put inside the cake batter and then baked it. So it's 3 layers and it's 8 inches.
Who thinks these are gonna fall apart? Besides Joe.
So here's the thing, and I want to warn you before we get to it. So this layer is already cracked in the middle. It's in half.
Which one? They're all
This is in half.
completely?
Yeah.
Here, hold this.
Okay.
Hold it taut.
We don't want to ruin our daughter's birthday. It's a lot of pressure. Just kidding. I don't think she'll care.
Easy. I think I'm gonna do it this way.
So I'm going to grab the frosting so that we can put some frosting in between each layer. So the best way is usually to just plop a good amount and then you spread it.
And then you get crumbs everywhere.
No, because then you can kind of have protection with the layer.
Yeah, so we got this on Lazy Susan.
Were you talking about your mom?
Sorry, Mom. This one.
So this is the tricky one. Now, oh, it's not so tricky. Because this one is kind of split
What?
up. Yeah,
in the
I told
world?
you. I told
Then
you.
you should have put that one on
Didn't
the top
I tell
and
you it
bottom.
was tricky? I told you it was tricky.
What? Wow.
I told you stuff was tricky with this one.
Oh, you know what? We should probably put it
The other way.
I forgot we had to put the butts to the butts.
There goes the layer of icing. This is getting real messy. Wow.
Perfect.
Elena, I apologize in advance.
Perfect.
So your mom is really good at decorating cakes. I wonder what she's thinking about you right now.
I wonder what she's thinking about you. You didn't even cut this one flat.
Well,
You're supposed to cut the cake flat with a knife, and then the next layer will sit on there, because this isn't gonna work.
but guess what? This is a very forgiving cake. You know why? Because a honeycomb is not perfectly symmetrical. Time to put on the outer layer of frosting. For the kids' birthdays, we always like to kind of make something cool and interesting as far as the cakes go. It's our little thing. I don't know how long we'll be able to keep it up, but so far we have.
One suggestion. So last birthday was for my son, and he really liked Elmo. So I was like, oh, we could do Elmo cake. And I made one. Turned out okay. It wasn't my best work. I would say probably don't pick your son's favorite characters for cakes if they're gonna eat them, because he wouldn't take even one bite of it.
Yeah.
I think it probably depends on what age and.
He didn't want to eat Elmo, and he actually since then he hasn't enjoyed Elmo anymore. Like he doesn't want to watch Elmo.
He's moved on to other things.
He's too grown up for Elmo, or do we traumatize him from the cake? I don't know.
Maybe. Just make sure you got a decent amount of frosting all the way around. Mm-hmm. And then the next thing is bubble wrap time.
Bubble wrap time.
So I chose this padded envelope because one, not too many of the bubbles are popped.
Right.
And two, I feel like the bubbles are a little bit more inflated than some of the stuff that comes on the roll.
And this is washed and dried.
Yeah, we washed it and dried it. So what I'm gonna do is just cut down one of these seams. All right, so the next thing would be to measure it to the right size. Since we forgot to do that, I think we're gonna grab the pan to get the right circumference. And what we'll do is just start at one end and wrap it around. Where they connect is where you cut it. Cut this in a half moon shape.
I've got a half moon.
All right, so I'm cutting down to the height of the cake. We'll use to cut another half moon. There you go. So while she's doing that, I'm gonna spray it. So the biggest thing is make sure you put the right side towards the cake. So one side of bubble wrap's kind of more smooth, the other side has the actual bubbles. So if you kind of hold it up, you can see there's like little voids on that side. So that's the side we need sprayed with some cooking oil.
Yes.
Probably find a good spot to do that so you don't get your house all full of oil. If it don't work, it's Charlene's fault.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna just start here.
This is the moment of truth. Actually, not yet. When we take it off will be the moment of truth.
All right, so.
It's too short.
Charlene cut it too short, look at that.
Oh boy, now what?
We're gonna just kinda, that means we got a good layer of frosting on there.
Well,
we might piece a little patch in there, we'll see. It's getting closer. All right, so what you wanna do is just kinda work it around.
press it in.
Press it in, but you wanna make sure you push it in good. Because what it's doing is it's forcing the frosting in between the bubbles.
Yes. Oh, there, now it kind of fit more.
And my wife was doubting me.
Wow.
Look at this.
Sometimes you have to have your doubts.
Let's get the top on.
Last piece of bubble wrap on top.
And then you just take it, set it on the table, put the candle in, and you're ready to go.
Yeah, leave the plastic on, don't take the plastic off, and everybody will be real happy. All right, so maybe I'll get something so you can clean the sides up.
All right, so it's ready to ship. We're gonna clean up the sides a little bit. Charlene's gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna wipe the edge here with some wet paper towel. Okay, so this is to my satisfaction. I'm gonna give you guys a couple close-up shots, and then we're gonna pop this thing into the
refrigerator for 30 minutes. And while we're doing that, we are going to be making our bees, because you can't have a honeycomb without bees.
You don't just grab some from outside?
Yeah, let's do that. That might be easier, right, guys?
Oh, I know why we can't. It's the bees are out of season. We're still kind of at the end of winter here, so we're probably not gonna be able to find some real ones.
So we have some black, yellow, and white fondant. They didn't have the small pack of the white one, so I just got a big one, but we're also gonna make a flower out of that for Elena's smash cake, so it'll work out.
All right, so I'm gonna help Charlene get these
black stripes.
Black stripes somehow. It's sticking to the mat. Oh boy. It's sticking to my fingers.
Oh no, that does not look like a good stripe. It's all crooked.
And I'm gonna start figuring out how to make a wing.
How do the eyes look?
Oh boy. 2 little dots, tiny.
Tiny dots? Or big bug eyes? Oh, I have a question for you.
What?
Stop the show. Stop the show for a minute. Bee trivia. Here's your question.
For me?
Yes. How many eyes does a bee have? Is it A, 2 eyes, B, 4 eyes, or C, 5 eyes?
I'm gonna go with 5.
He says 5 eyes, and he would be correct.
Really?
They have 5 eyes.
I was actually thinking it was gonna be 4, but I didn't know why you would put 5 in there.
So they have like tiny extra eyes that you don't really notice as well, so that they can see.
Does that look like a good set of wings?
Yeah, so you just used your knife and you created this nice little wing here.
All right, well, we're not gonna bore you with us making a bunch of these, so we'll cut back in a couple minutes here with the final product.
Wow, that took a lot longer than I thought it was gonna take. If I had known, I probably would have just ordered the ones on Amazon, which I will link below. But
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't too bad. The only thing is I thought this would be like Play-Doh. Oh, so easy. But as soon as your hands touch it, the warmth of your hands really make it start to melt.
Yeah.
So
we got 1 yellow egg left, golden egg.
And we did a flower because we're gonna be doing Elena's smash cake. And this is also, this big bee is gonna be for her smash cake as well.
Oh, it's not an egg?
No. So you wanna do the honors?
All right, so how are we gonna do it? Should we flatten this a little bit? Or what do you think?
I don't know.
Let's try to. So we're gonna make this stripe a little bit flatter than the other ones. We just left them round because they're so small. Whoa!
Oh no.
Now it's got a flat face. So I think I'm gonna push this one in a little bit, make it a little bit more incorporated.
All right, now
we got a nice stinger.
No, now I gotta put the 2 eyes on. And the face, and the wings.
So I'm gonna give you guys a close-up of what we did here, and then we're gonna set these aside and bring that cake out.
Yep.
And hopefully it works.
Hopefully it works when we pull the bubble wrap off. We'll be right back.
All right, so it still looks the same. I'm a little nervous. So far, not too bad.
Wow, it's looking good, guys.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Some of it's not.
Having a little issue.
So some of it is coming off with the wrap. Not terrible.
So if we had left it in longer, it probably would have been too long, right? It still needs to be a little bit wet.
I think part of it is go slow. It seems like when I go a little bit slower, it's working. Overall, I think the top turned out really good.
Yeah.
The sides, not too bad. Like this turned out real good. Here's pulled off a bit. But yeah, I think we're in business here. All right, so we stuck our bees in the refrigerator for a little bit because from working on them, they're a little bit soft. But we're gonna grab those, and we got some wire, and then we're gonna stick those in, and
we'll be ready to have
we'll be ready to party.
Yeah, ready to party. Except the party's tomorrow.
We'll be ready to party tomorrow. So our bees are chilled off.
Yeah.
And we got a little bit of wire. And we're gonna make this kind of more into a springy type wire spiral. So that's why I have the pencil and then some kind of wire cutter. All right. Wrapped it around the pencil. Slide the pencil out. Gotta straighten up one end.
There's one guy. It's really cool.
So I think you definitely want to have a decent amount of wire because I had to stick it in quite a ways in before it felt stable. All right, so we got a choice between Grumpy Bee.
No.
Like he got punched in the face.
This guy.
And
Sad
what's up, Bee? He's got a sideways mouth. And we'll go over here. Like that.
Yep.
Yeah, the fattest ones you can stick down on the bottom. Like they're peeking around the corner.
You cannot have a
honeycomb
and all these bees without some honey. You got the bee. Oh boy. Got honey all over my bee.
Be careful, guys.
I think the cake turned out really good. If I do say so myself.
No, I'm pretty happy with it too. The only thing I'm curious is how's it gonna taste?
Yeah.
So look forward to seeing everybody's reaction tomorrow. And we're going to put this away so we don't eat it. And thanks for watching. If you guys try this out on your own, let us know how they turned out. Love to see pictures or comments. And speaking of which, love to hear the comments, so put those down below. Subscribe to our channel, put the notification bell on if you want to know when our next episodes launch.
Yep, so thanks again for watching, and we will show some clips and also a quick video of us making her smash cake after this. Bye.
Bye. All right, next layer.